What's up, you Weeb Trash? We're Weeb Trash as well. I'm Cody.
I'm Dean.
I'm here.
And we're here. Probably a very low energy podcast because I'm at least quite tired. So we watched some things. We didn't watch all of the things though. But yeah, I think we'll have a decent amount of to talk about. Some new things got some dubs, so that's pretty exciting. Do you guys want to start with what we watched collectively first, or do you want to go with like individual bullshit that none of us watched, other than one of us?
We can hit with the collective watch.
Okay. So Overlord. What do you guys think of that fifth episode? Cocytus being a chair and being weirdly into it.
Honestly,
Hell yeah.
Personally, I think it's like the weakest episode so far.
Interesting.
I had to rewatch it like 2 or 3 times because I found like it was not holding my attention at all.
You're saying that motherfucking Gondo Firebeard wasn't holding your attention?
Who?
Gondo Firebeard.
Oh, was that the dwarf's name?
Yeah, Gondo Firebeard.
Okay.
Gondo Firebeard.
Yeah,
Gondo Firebeard. Love Gondo Firebeard.
Like, whenever they were interrogating the creatures, whatever they were called.
The wolf dudes.
Yeah. What were they called? Goombas or something?
Yeah, something stupid. I don't remember.
Yeah. So whenever they were interrogating them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we were sent to wipe out the dwarves," and the dwarf dude was like, "Oh no!" It gave me really massive Lord of the Rings vibes when they go to the mine and they find that like all of them are dead, and Gimli's like, "No!"
I like the
So
with
it just made me laugh.
Like stumbles upon him and he throws that cloak on and she just like stands there very unimpressed, like,
I can see you.
like, bro, you didn't go fair. I can see you scooting. What does you think you're doing? Though the fucking wolf guys, the return of the CGI monsters that look terrible. The ones that weren't CGI looked fine-ish. The other ones looked pretty bad. But yeah, this is get some fucking dwarves.
Oh, no, it was all right. It's supposed to set up stuff. It was one of those episodes for sure.
Motherfucking Gondo Firebeard.
Yeah. Okay.
If he disappears after this, I'm gonna be really sad because I like saying Gondo Firebeard.
But you know who we got to see? We got to see the lizard man again.
Yeah, you got to see whatever the fuck that one guy's name was. I don't remember his name.
Nobody remembers his name.
I know it starts with a za because fucking lizard man.
Yeah, you know.
And
Is
it's
it
not
Zario? No,
it's not Zashirishu.
Is it Zaryusu? Is that it?
No, that's the other one.
Oh. Fuck these lizards and their dumb names. Okay, they don't care. It's not important.
He wasn't any of the lizard men that I think we spent time with.
I thought he was the brother.
I thought that was. I don't know.
Brother, the one
He
with the had
died.
the cool ass ice sword.
No, he's like brown. His dude was green.
Oh,
Oh,
his name
fuck.
was obviously. Was he the reddish one?
This is gonna be a fucking dumb joke. I can feel it in my bones.
It was.
Yes.
He was the reddish lizard.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so the Sazabi.
God damn it. I was kind of hoping it was going to be Lizard McLizardface, but I think
I would've
Sazabi's a
known that was
stronger
coming.
joke.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that one was like Zaryusu's Sasha.
Yeah,
Sasha
nobody
or
cares.
whatever. Anyway,
These
hey,
lizards
I had to
don't
listen
matter.
to 9 hours of it. Those names are in my brain.
You didn't have to. That's the thing. You say you have to as if like you were like tied down and like fucking earplugs were just like shoved in your ears so that you just like had nothing but to listen to this godforsaken bullshit on repeat.
But I
No,
I
you
want
opted to listen to the audiobooks of
I
lizard
want-
fucking.
You just
surprisingly not as in depth as I thought it was gonna be.
I mean,
I'm so disappointed.
yeah.
But it's like I want to read all the books. Can't just skip a book.
I mean, you can, 2 times speed that
Really
bitch.
can't.
I'm at work.
Yeah, 2 times
Can't
speed
touch
it.
my phone.
Yeah, do it. You just set it, like, get in the car, set it, and you're good. 2
I
times
did
speed.
That's how I
start.
watched the like That's how I watched it. Whenever I rewatched
2x
season
speed.
yeah, I just set it 2 times speed.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to fucking deal with this.
Anyway, Begonst the lizard fucking. It was an alright episode. I'm excited for stuff to actually start happening.
Yeah, I get the feeling this big fucking dwarf versus weird wolf people fight is going to be very CGI heavy. It's
Oh,
going
I'm
to look
sure.
really jank, but that's all right. Kind of, I guess. But yeah, it'll be okay, I guess. We'll get to see... it was cool to see Demiurge come back, and Albedo was like, yeah, you fucking suck. Heinz hates you. And he's like, oh my god. And then she's like, nah, you aight. He's like, okay, cool.
And then Heinz is like, what's happening?
Heinz is like, yes, dwarves.
It's they really wanted to make it known that every one of the Guardians simps super hard
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
for fucking Ainz.
Yep.
Super hard, big hard, such wow. Yeah.
But
yeah.
how is he as a chair?
I don't know. I mean, he said he was comfortable. Cocytus is much bigger. It would make more sense he's a better chair, but he also has armor.
True.
But they both seemed
Anyway.
very into it, which is like, okay, you can stop this.
I think he was more into it as a competition than as she was into it for
Yeah, she wanted the bone
feelings.
daddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both wanted to feel the bone booty.
They both simp for him in other ways.
Yeah. It's the tomb of simping now. It's
Yeah.
not the tomb of Nazarick.
Pretty much.
But yeah, Overlord, we'll probably get a big, rough-looking CGI fight, but some cool-ass dwarf shit and magic bullshit and stuff.
Yeah.
Looking good, though. I'm excited. Black Summoner, episode 4. We got to see the elf lady do shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
she did what we
creepy.
thought. Range.
Yeah, she has Lady Legolas. Good on
Yeah.
her. Really breaking the
That feels funny.
stereotype
We're
for
like, oh,
elves.
it's probably gonna be like a damage, like a red mage or an archer,
Yeah.
and it's just
She's
like
both.
it's gonna be both.
She's both.
Fixed
All
it.
right, whatever.
Fire arrows.
She's just out there doing work occasionally. Also making clothes. It just decided
Yeah,
I like a
said
mage
she's, like,
uniform.
She like learned how to sew. She's gonna seamstress now. Then he was being a failed blacksmith.
Yeah,
He got
trying.
better.
Well, he got better, yeah. But
Made that
then,
shield.
the slime stuck out all the failed weapons that he made.
It's practice, you
Yeah.
know.
He'll probably just shoot them out of himself.
I do like how basically he's just gonna be constantly blackmailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that because he's like, I heard somebody was beating up a noble today.
Yeah, it's like I heard that extremely militant kingdom that he was from is not happy about it.
Yep.
It's gonna take a lot of work smoothing all that over, and he's just like,
I'll do whatever you have me to do.
all right, I guess I can go check out this demon seal. Fuck.
Not what I planned to do today, but all right. 100% sure Kel's the goddamn Demon King. There's no possible way this... Like,
God.
I'm gonna be so goddamn disappointed by the end of this. They're like, it was this rando over here. I'm like, no, it's 100% him.
So he had a daughter?
No. I mean, that was the previous Demon King. This is the new Demon King.
No.
The gods keep making Demon Kings because they're bored. This is just Zeus boning someone as like a swan or something. They're like, guys, Olympus is so boring. You don't even know. Like, we just talk to weird people that praise us all the time. We need some entertainment, and this is it. That's why all the heroes fucking suck. They're like, yeah, we need a bunch of them to fight the Demon King and barely win.
I do like, was it Victor the Glutton?
Yeah.
I like him. I can't.
Archdemon.
Yeah. I was going to try and find his voice actor because it's familiar, and then I forgot to Google it. So.
Well, you know. That, I mean, wasn't much of a fight, but like the beginning parts of that, no CGI that I could tell. So, I mean, honestly, if that fight goes CGI, I don't think I'm gonna be too bummed by that because the first one looked good. But, yeah, we'll see. But that fight should be cool. Hopefully no one gets eaten. That'll be a big bummer.
Yeah.
But it's shaping up to do some stuff. We got the heroes who are all fucking losers. It's great. Big into that.
Got the elf girl asking if she's attractive.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, hey, listen, do you not see me as a woman? He's like, bitch, I am busy trying to sleep. Leave me alone.
We need a house with separate rooms.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
at
he's
least
got to
there's no
have some
harem.
bank by now. So, you know, like, he can find a house.
I'll take whatever that is over a harem anyway.
I bet by the end of this, we get in a harem. At least 2 other.
You think the Demon King daughter is going to be in the harem?
100%.
Yeah.
Because the way she was drawn.
She's
As
going to
soon
be
as-
in there.
As soon as she
and
put
the
up on screen,
goddess.
I was like, God damn it.
Yep. And maybe the
Scantily clad
little
demon
the fucking guild receptionist lady.
Oh, yeah. That's
They
true.
might have 4 all simping super hard for Kelvin. Be like, yo, listen, we doing this. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's something the show might do, but we'll see. Maybe it'll surprise us, and it won't. He'll just be
Yeah,
like,
and-
I'm not here to bone. I'm here to not bone.
Well, I
TM.
mean, that was his plan because like that was the whole thing. Is whenever he was getting reincarnated, he was just like, "Hey, goddess. Hey, what's up, girl?
Hey.
Hey, girl,
Girl,
you want to get in my head?
Bro, it's rent free.
Literally, just live here. See everything I do all the time, 24/7.
And then she like fucked off.
Yeah,
Like,
she's left.
He's like, oh, by the way, she left. I'm like, she could do that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, she's got us. She's like, okay, you're boring. You're sleeping. I don't care.
Well, because it was like what some oracle was.
Yeah.
So
Was
yeah.
like trying to get like like asking some questions or some shit,
Yeah.
and she's like, "All right, well, I gotta go answer this bitch. I'll
Pretty
be right back."
You go answer some prayers.
And then she did, and she's like, go west, but avoid this town.
She
Yeah.
saw them. She's like,
Wait.
these are a bunch of scrubs.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking losers.
Honestly.
Y'all been here a year.
Yeah.
I like how she brought back the
Stats.
stats, and like they were looking at it and they were just like, "Oh,
This is pretty
Oh.
disappointing.
They didn't take their. What have they been doing?
This has been
Yeah.
lollygagging.
I'd
Probably
give,
buying
like,
slaves.
what's his name's been just like power leveling as fast as he can."
Yeah.
And then you've got what's his face, the others that just haven't done jack shit.
Yeah.
I did like how fuck, what's the Dark Knight's name?
Gerald? Gerald? Something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. He's just like hanging around. He's like, yeah, I'm a friend from him from way back when.
Yeah.
Bro, he's like 16.
Yeah.
What do you mean way back when?
I mean, he's like 5 or 6, you know, it's just babysitting or something. I don't know. I got armor on. You can't tell how old I am.
Yeah.
This very definitely
My eyes
not
glow.
evil looking armor. The guild accepts all kinds. They don't discriminate. Murderers, ghosts, everyone. They're in.
Murder ghosts.
Ghosts that have been murdered to become ghosts, and ghosts that carry out murder. Sometimes it's the
I
same
see.
ghost.
I saw a picture and it was talking about like if a ghost and a zombie is the same person. So it's like the ghost is like watching his corpse like walk around.
It's just like
Be
this
funny.
idiot.
Little short.
So, what would happen if the ghost would then possess the zombie body?
That's true. See, shenanigans would ensue.
I mean, can you do that though? It's not
think
alive
it would-
technically, so
I mean,
if they
zombies
can,
got no
like,
soul.
You know,
yeah. But you
possess
never
the
see like
inanimate
ghosts
objects as
possess
well.
like fucking animals or anything.
You know,
Maybe I don't know. I don't watch a lot of ghost shit. You know, I don't want to cross a ghost. Ghostbusters ain't real. I ain't got no one to call.
well,
Ghost
Cody
is
watches
haunting me.
ghost stories
Just the anime though, not the live action.
and the English dub.
what was that one? It was like Ghost
Ghost Hunt.
Hunter, Ghost Hunt.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good.
It was really good. I really like that one.
Me too.
Ghosts.
One second.
Cody still, I don't think ever watched it.
No, I didn't.
Cody, watch it. They put it on Crunchyroll.
Not too much. Yeah, I ain't watching shit. I got too much shit I didn't watch already. Dean has now evolved into Billy Butcher from The Boys. That's all that guy says is oi. This very Carl Urban Australian or English accent. I don't know what he is. He's one of the two, though. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So, Dean, you didn't watch the newest episode of Devil's a Part-Timer, right?
I had to go give a quick oi. What?
I heard. It was a very loud oi.
Sorry, I thought I was far enough away.
No. you were very Billy Butcher. You were very Carl Urban in that moment. But yeah,
I
you
didn't watch the newest episode. No.
Yeah.
You can talk about it. It's okay.
Cool, great. The notes I put down did not pertain to any of the shit that actually happened. For whatever reason, most of this episode, the baby's face looks like they just put a fisheye lens on it. No one else, just the face, not the body. It just feels like it got wider, and I don't understand why.
I could see that.
It's weird. Like, maybe they're just like, oh, we ran out of time or something, but it seems like it would be harder to do that than just do what you were doing. At the same time, though, I think it actually works a little better because the baby looks dumb as hell. And then, Satan, he's out here. He's not crying. He's sweating from his eyes. The most intense place to sweat from. The eyes.
Like the eyeballs?
No, he's crying. He was just saying he was sweating from the eyes to cover it up because he's Satan, you know. It's like, I'm the devil king. I don't cry. I just work out my eyes really hard. That's very intense eye workouts.
I mean, at least we're getting like a little bit more like what's happening right now, sort of a thing. Because like,
yeah, they go into all the
honestly,
world free shit.
Like, up to this point, like I feel like we haven't like done anything.
Yeah.
Still,
That's
like,
kind of like why I'm like, it's like a low priority because I feel like I will enjoy it more as I binge watch it.
Yeah.
Instead of watching it week to week.
This might be the one we give up midway through and just wait. But we get Lucifer. Or not Lucifer. Fuck. Who is the goddamn angel guy?
Gabriel?
I don't know why I thought his name started with an L. Yeah, he pops back in. He's surfer dude. He's doing it. And then he fucks off. And you're like, oh.
He's still fat?
No, it's the other angel dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fatty does make an appearance.
Nice.
I feel like they're going to go back to that, though. Like, now that he's gone, it's like, great. We're going to go back to doing whatever we were doing. And it's going to be like, oh, this is either going to be very entertaining or very boring. But yeah, I got some laughs out of it. It wasn't, I feel like it's getting better little by little, but just not like a lot.
Yeah, it just feels kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things I've watched. Like, I think I laughed more during Black Summoner than I did this. And Black Summoner's not supposed to be that funny.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's still going. We'll see. Nothing like, I mean, something interesting did happen, but nothing that's like, you know, of big importance.
I know we got a little bit more background to, like, why he cares.
Yeah.
Like,
the World Tree and all that.
Yeah, so I know it gave, like, is that the importance that you're talking about? Or is there something else that I just...
A little bit, yeah. Like, they explain why, what that shit is. And the chick with the hammer is also like, that could also be a bunch of bullshit, though. We don't really know. It's just kind of a legend. Then we find out that, like, a little child person is not the only whatever the fuck tree thing, the seed or whatever. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, there's other, like,
seeds
or
whatever they call them something. I just don't remember what it's called. Is it seeds? It doesn't matter. And yeah, then the baby does something, and you're like, oh shit, the baby exists and it's doing things. Yeah, I will see. I feel like this is either the point where this season's gonna start getting more into that, and they're gonna look for the things, or they're just gonna be like, and back to McDonald's. and there's a
yeah, I mean, the best part of it was like something happens and the baby's just like, I gotta bounce for a bit.
baby. Yeah, baby's like,
It's like,
I'm
thank
out.
God.
Deuces. And yeah, then they Satan's all sad because the baby's gone, and fucking what's her face, Emmy, I think is her name. The night lady is like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not that sad for reasons. Because yeah, but yeah, I mean it's all right. Hopefully it gets better. I feel like this is something that would benefit from binging though, because this is a real slow start. But it's only 4 episodes in too, so we got 8
super
more.
Slow burn.
Hopefully it picks up well before we get to like episode 8 or 10. That's gonna be a slow fucking season. And it took 10 years to get this second season, so if this doesn't do well, we may never see a third. But yeah. What else are we watching collectively? Is there anything else like all 3 of us are watching?
There was some other stuff we were all watching.
Okay.
There was no new episode of Daily Life of the Immortal King.
Yep. Nothing new there.
Me and Seve were watching Quitting Heroing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's that
Watching
going? Did he quit heroing? Or has he continued on heroing?
The first episode.
Yeah, we got some more information about
about himself. Yeah,
about him, who he is, and how he's why he's a hero and shit of the sort.
Yeah.
Kind of actually pretty crazy. What all
Yeah.
was happening?
Because we got an episode focused on the assassin. Starts with an M. I forget the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Dude
I
who
thought
was in a maid dress the entire previous episode.
I thought he was a chick to begin with, and then they kept saying he, and then in this episode, or the last episode, he was in a maid outfit. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, apparently he was like half demon.
Yeah, he's half human, half demon. Yeah. Hates humans. Wanted to kill them.
Or something along those lines.
Joined the army, then found out the demon army doesn't actually want to kill humans.
Yeah.
They just want to live their own life.
So yeah, I gave some background as to who he is and all that stuff.
I was surprised.
Interesting. Yeah.
Apparently he's like 1,000 years old.
At least, I mean, I think there's like thousands.
Oh yeah, he's like, I stopped counting after 1,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's immortal, I guess, or he's just can't be killed. Too hard to kill.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe even nature's like, fuck, we can't kill this guy. Disease is like, nope.
Yeah, it was
good.
Yeah.
It pulled me back in.
It pulled you back in to tell you to stop being a hero.
Yeah.
Be the bad guy.
It was getting a bit stale, I
Yeah.
guess. So them adding this did help, I think.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then-
Did Seve, did you start the specific pharmacy anime or?
No, I started a different one.
Okay. Okay, so I guess you guys can compare notes on pharmacy animes.
I didn't start a different pharmacy anime. I just started a different anime entirely.
Oh,
Which
okay.
one is that?
Damn.
Banished from the Heroes Party. I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside.
Does he
It's
open
on
a
there.
pharmacy in the country?
He opens an apothecary.
Nice.
It's close.
Yeah,
I
it's actually,
think this one came
fairly
out like a year or two ago, right?
yeah, I think it's been out for a little bit. Let's see, when did
Because
it
every time I
air?
see it, I was like, oh, I need to watch that, and then I never do.
It aired fall of 21,
Yeah, so it was last year.
so almost a year ago.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
But I'm about 8 episodes in, so I've got another 4 or 5 episodes to go.
Nice.
to finish it off.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging it so far.
Then is there? Do we see why he decides to leave the hero party to just go?
Yeah. So like the first episode or so, I think, kind of covers it. Basically, everybody has like these. Everybody gets a blessing, and there are more common blessings and there are more rare blessings and stuff like that. And then a lot of times the type of blessing you get kind of like will spur like some of your choices, what you're doing. So like later on at one point, one kid is like fighting and beating up some other one, and somebody's asking, it's like, I don't know why he's acting like this all of a sudden. It's like, well, he got his blessing, and his blessing was like a bar brawler, so it just makes him like way more aggressive.
Nice.
And then like afterwards, like you know, it's like they're kind of going through that and all that fun stuff, but like it's following one dude who was kicked out of the heroes party. The hero has like the blessing of the hero, who's destined to slay the demon king, demon lord. Who knows? It's the same villain in every fantasy style anime.
The mysterious demon king.
The demon dude.
Demon dude.
The deviled egg king.
Yeah. The devil demon dude. So he's in that party, but he's not. His blessing is essentially like a jack of all trades. So like he's pretty decent at a little bit of everything. And basically, I think like he doesn't feel like he's super useful, and like the sage of the heroes party was basically just like, dude, you're dog shit. You're dragging everybody down. They have to like, you know, go out of their way to make sure that you're safe and protected. You'd be better off just gone. And so he's like, okay, I'll leave. And so he left and joined as an adventurer, just start gathering herbs so he could save up to, you know, make this apothecary. And you know, everybody gives him shit because he like has just like a really shitty like bronze sword and all this stuff, but you know, he eventually gets his apothecary. He meets somebody he ran into in a previous life and all that. Whenever he was, or met somebody back when he was doing the part of the heroes party. And she always had a huge crush on him or something like that. So she's just like, I'm gonna quit adventuring too, and I'm gonna work at your apothecary shop. So
I'm gonna work at your pharmacy now.
Yeah, and then it kind of cuts back to the hero and stuff like that, and how, because the hero is his sister.
Oh.
His little sister has the blessing of the hero, and so she is like super pissed because, you know, she wants her brother there with her, and so like everybody's just like dunking on the sage now because things are like way worse now that he's not here.
That's good. That's a good gimmick.
So yeah, so far it's been pretty good. You know, it started off very like lighthearted, but now they're like trying to get more take a more serious tone with it. So we'll see how it ends.
No.
So yeah, I watched that. Let's see. I said I watched the Misfit of the Demon King Academy, right? Did I do that last week?
You finish it?
I think so.
Yeah, I finished it.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was very much just like just a lot of the same vibes I got from like the Demon Lord as a typical nobody.
Yeah.
Except it held up longer than the other one did. You know, like, I think the main difference is like in that one, in the Demon Lord Reborn as a Typical Nobody, he doesn't want a fancy life. He doesn't want to be known. He just wants to have a quiet, normal, typical everyday life.
Yeah.
But in this one, he came back and he's just like, I'm the fucking Demon King. Like,
Yeah.
fucking know my name, bitches. And so like he's just like going in and just fucking up the entire system.
He's just the Ferris Bueller of Demon Kings.
Yeah, I remember it was the first few episodes when he's in class, and then it's like that diagrams on the board,
Yeah.
and then he just walks up. He's like, "Nah, I'm fucking fixing it," and then it's like, "What are you doing?"
I'm teacher now. I'm the captain
Yeah.
now.
And he's just like, "Shut up, bitch," and then walks up to the board and changes.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah,
So
it's a lot of shut the fuck up.
yes. So like it's got like a class system and everything like that. So like even in the academy, like those that come from like what they call royal blood,
Like Harry
which
Potter.
would be one of the descendants of the Demon King.
Mhm.
They're considered the royals, and then everybody else is a commoner. And basically, it's like the commoners have to know their place and all this stuff. And he has been reborn from a commoner's family. Also, he's like a month old. Um,
Parents super proud.
yeah,
I
parents
bet they are.
just super fucking proud.
Yeah.
They're like, God damn, this
Uh,
1 month old
And
is
just don't fucking ask questions either.
No, they didn't. They're just like, "Oh, we're blessed."
Yeah, they're
Look
just
how
like, we're
much you
so
grown."
blessed. And you know, he brings a girl home. And it's just like, oh, my sweet baby boy brought a girl home, only a month old. And his dad is just like, yeah, he got it from me. And all this stuff. It's just like,
Context. Phrasing.
okay. But like his relationship with his parents, I think it's good, it's fun, and it kind of, I think, humbles him to a certain point, like kind of like
Yeah.
makes him more what it makes him more like grounded and related to the people that are beneath his power level,
Mhm.
because his parents aren't strong.
Yep.
Like at least in the grand scheme of like everybody else, and he does show that he does care for them. So I thought that was like a nice change of pace compared to the other one.
Yeah, because he wanted to use his father's sword.
Yeah, so like his father like was gone for a few days because he was like up in the mountains trying to get this rare metal, and forged him a magic sword for this like tournament that he was chosen to be in. And not the best like magic sword around or anything like that, but like his father really cared, and so like it meant a lot to him.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. So they went through that. What was the other thing that kind of sets it apart?
The
Yeah.
other
Like,
reincarnated hero.
well, it's like they have that whole class system. So like even though like he's just so much fucking stronger than everyone there, like they will still try to like talk down to him and everything.
Yeah.
So like even the teacher is just like, they like fucking hates this guy. It's like she's supposed to be the teacher, and like at one point she's like, this is the circle you'll use, and he's just like, okay, I mean it's not great. And she's like, you want to fucking try it? And he's like, okay, I'll make a deal. It's like, you have to like, you know, let me like be the leader or something, even though I'm not a noble, if I can improve on this. And they have to do this like magic where they sign a contract that binds it. So it's like, okay, I will do that. And then he's just like, boom, get fucked.
Done.
Get fucked.
And she's like, "You're a fucker." So like at one point, like all the commoners and stuff like that, like fucking love this guy.
Basically, he's Leon, but with people that actually like him.
He has like a full fucking fan club
Yeah.
of people that
that's
like him. So, like, at one point for the tournament, of course, they're trying to fuck with him. So, like, you have to use the same magic sword throughout the tournament. And his mom is holding onto his sword while he was going off and doing some stuff. And then the teacher shows up. She's like, "You need to give me the sword." Basically, she's gonna like fucking go steal it and everything, which she's already had them do in the past to try and like make them fail. And then he fucking finds out, gets there, because like she like fucking like murders a bunch of her students and his mom trying to get the sword, and he's just like,
Yeah, like burns them
Resurrection.
alive.
yeah, he's like resurrection.
Yep.
And then like he like
Just
teleports, and he's just like, "You're gonna be fucking sorry, you dumb bitch." And she's like, "What are you gonna do? Fucking try me." He's like, "All right." He's like, "Boom. Yeah, I killed you, but I brought you back as a commoner. You're not a royal anymore.
You
Get fucked."
reincarnated her.
It's a commoner.
It's like, yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
you should see the world from another point of view. So, like, I felt like this one definitely had a lot more substance than the Reborn as a typical nobody did.
Yeah.
Because that one definitely felt like, what am I watching here?
Yeah, it stayed pretty still throughout the end.
Yeah.
This one had some moments here and there that kept you going.
Yeah. So like, it was still definitely, I would say, like a mediocre to blandish.
Yeah.
Like show isekai.
Definitely still surprised it's getting another season. Even though
Yeah, I am
enjoyed it.
surprised that it managed to pull a second season out
Yeah.
somehow.
It's like, oh, I liked it, but like, really?
Yeah, it was okay, but like, I don't know if it has like a strong, bigger following from
Yeah.
somewhere else, or if like the like light novels or manga is just like way more popular. Because I did not expect that at all.
Kind of like a regular Magic High School is like super big in Japan, but no one gives a shit about it here.
Oh yeah.
Don't know why,
Yeah, I had
but
a friend that was just like, "Oh yeah, this is supposed to be good. We should watch it." And I think I like started it. I don't even think I got through the first episode. And
Yeah,
I
that
just
show's
completely
weird.
lost all interest. I'm just like, what am I watching? Why should I care about this?
I think I watched like 8 episodes when it like first started airing, and yeah, they try to like, because they keep seeing things, because I guess like a new season has been out recently, like talking more about it, and the like first season just feels real weird because the sister's like, I really like my brother, and he's like, I'm a robot basically, but not like actually a robot. He's just very like emotionless. But they keep hinting at like he might actually be a robot or some weird shit like that, and they just never like do anything with it. He can stop terrorists though. He's good at that. He
Stopping terrorists?
yeah, like so like the whole
Alright.
thing is it's not like a nobility system, but like the magic has existed in the world long enough that like it's kind of been modernized to where it feels like the setting is very like modern day Japan feeling. But like all the rich kids have the good magic because their grandparents had really good magic, and they're, it's like a whole lineage thing. But the main dude like has a military background, and they don't like hint at it much. They just like, oh, he knows this like major person, and they seem to have known each other. And his magic is stopping other people's magic, but he does it with like a gun. So as you would imagine, the people who don't have magic are real fucking pissed off, but guns exist, so they're like, that kind of levels the playing field. So terrorists kidnap a bunch of people towards the end of season 1, and he just rolls up in there, and I guess his cancellation magic can just like cancel people. So he like starts blowing people's
Oh, his
limbs
gun
off. Yeah.
Cancel people? Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Well, like, it's a gun that shoots his magic, but I guess he just is like, cancel that guy's arm. So just like, it's fucking stupid, but like, yeah, there's cool moments, but it's real fucking stupid, and a lot of it's like, oh, my sister's in love with me, but I don't know because I'm weird, like Robot Man. I don't know. People like it for some reason.
Yeah, it does not sound like something I would watch.
Yeah, I don't think you'd enjoy it. I don't think you're missing out on anything there. Watch the fights maybe if you get really interested, but
I probably won't even
yeah, it's not worth it.
be that interested on it, honestly.
But yeah, what else have you been watching?
Let's see. I watched the first like 4 episodes of that Grimgar show.
Oh yeah, you sent in the chat. Did you watch
Yeah.
the next episode, the 5th one?
No,
Oh, okay.
I have not continued. Did you guys watch? Did you watch it, Cody?
No. Dean talked about it before, but it's not like I know the base premise, but I haven't watched it yet.
So I got right to the ambush episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, someone dies the next episode, so then there's like emotional trauma.
Well, yeah, like somebody dies at the end of that episode.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if it was 4 or 5. Yeah, it's the leader of the party dies.
This
Yeah, I
just
wasn't gonna
scrubs
say
the
anything.
end.
Cody was gonna try and pick it up.
I never.
It's just depressing. Like,
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's like
it's
it's
not.
like,
I'm not
okay,
having a
it's-
good time watching it. It's just like
no.
bleh, and it's just
Yeah.
like they're shitty and sad, and then they
It gets
continue to be
shittier.
even more shittier,
More
and they
sad.
get sadder.
Yeah.
Because of how shitty and sad they are.
So what you're
It's
saying
pretty-
is this is the most realistic isekai ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they got the fucking realism, I guess, of it because like
Yeah.
everyone sucks and
Yep.
everything is shitty.
Yep.
and
then it
that's-
just continues to get shittier.
Yeah, it doesn't get better. It does not get any better whatsoever.
The realest isekai ever.
Yeah.
And they don't even know that they've been isekai'd.
That makes it.
Yeah, like honestly, they're just like, oh man, like
They don't have any memory of anything.
we don't have like we know. I think we're from somewhere else. We think.
Yeah.
We don't really know how we got here.
Because he's like,
And
oh,
we'll
I'll
say
look
things-
for it. He's like, I'll look for my phone. He's like, what's a phone? Why did I say that?
Yeah. And then it's like, hey guys, like we gotta be careful. This isn't a video game. Like, what's a video game? He's just like, I don't know. It just felt right to say.
Yeah.
So it's
no,
like,
sure.
all right, sure, dude.
That's.
Uh,
I don't know if that's better or worse. Is like the individual, because like at least you don't know. It's like, oh, my old life is way fucking better than this. But at the same time, you don't have any of that knowledge to be like, I understand how fire works or some shit like that. Like, not that you have a lot of survival skill, just generally.
which they do not.
Yeah, so they didn't really carry anything useful over, so.
Like the
Realism.
amount of skill they have is so non-existent.
And you think they'd have like one person that's like a camper. It's like, oh yeah, I generally know how to survive for a
Well,
short period of time.
They probably were some, but they all grouped up together.
Yeah. The
They
better
were
people-
smart. They were like, fuck off.
Yeah, there was like
This-
a group of them, and there was like a group, and they were like quite like obviously like either older or stronger.
Mm.
They all grouped together.
And they're like, we're gonna group up, and it's like, okay, what should we do? And they're just like, why are you talking to me?
That's pretty much the group dynamic in Dr. Stone. All the big, strong, jacked people are like, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna be the kingdom of muscle. Fuck off. Just don't bother us. Yeah, that's how
So
that goes.
yeah, so far, like I said, like the show is just depressing.
Indeed.
And it's been one of those things where it's just like, I don't know if I feel like even trying to continue watching this show.
Same.
I feel that.
Did you finish it,
No.
Dean? Okay.
Great.
Like,
Now I'm gonna
I'm
finish
kind
it.
of curious if it somehow gets better.
I think I scrolled through
Uh,
the episode summaries to see like what's gonna happen next, and it doesn't really seem like it gets a lot better.
so let's see. The genres are action, adventure, drama, fantasy, and the theme is isekai. So that tells me nothing.
Yeah, I mean that just sounds like an isekai for the most part. Like, not really.
Yeah.
That's at least most of them. Well, yeah, Grimgar. Okay, mental note. Maybe I just really will not watch this, or I'm in the mood to be
Yeah.
super depressed about something, maybe I'll watch it. I don't know.
True.
Do you watch Link Click?
I did. I think
Oh,
it's going slightly more towards maybe like a Cowboy Bebop version of what you want, where like
Right.
every couple of episodes, maybe 3 or 4, the main plot will move along, but in between it's like, hey, we fucking had to spy on this noodle shop to get the KFC recipe, basically.
Yeah, I enjoyed that episode. It was definitely not as sad.
Yeah, I still
had
do
a happy
feel
ending.
like our main guys are kind of bad guys.
Yeah.
They're just trying to survive, but they're doing some shady shit for it. The only notes I really took for this was just the OP and Indie are really good still.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, I think it is because it's a donghua. It's like a different type of music. Like, it doesn't feel like an anime opening. It just feels like
Right.
it almost in a weird way. And I think it's like kind of the early, like, very minimally drum and bass line. It reminds me almost of like, what the fuck is that band? Cute is What We Aim For. Like some of their like kind of early to mid stuff for some reason. I don't know why. Like I can't think of a specific song that it reminds me of, but it's really good. Time travel's kind of got a little more interesting because
Yeah.
It went through multiple.
they went through a bunch of different pictures, all of them being at like different time points in the last 10 years. So they're not really limited in terms of like, oh, it has to be taken within the last like 12 hours or whatever. It's like, oh, this is a 10-year-old photo. We're just going to hop back in and, you know, do this.
The last one was like 20.
Yeah.
'Cause they were still kids. Yeah.
They almost kind of in a reverse way of the thing you asked last week about does like one guy just send the other guy in without like a heads up.
Yeah.
The guy that gets sent is like, hey, we found this other photo, I really want some noodles, send me back.
Yeah.
And the dude's like, I'm not gonna send you back for fucking noodles, like we have work. And he's like, okay, whatever. And the dude like puts his hand up to wave him away, and he slaps his hand so he goes back in time to eat noodles. The dude just fucking disappears too, which is wild. Like,
Yeah.
I just kind of assumed the dude's body just sat on the couch while he was time traveling, but no,
Oh, he's full on just gone.
it just
huh?
Oh god.
gone. No, nowhere to
Yeah.
be seen. I'm like, oh wow, that's weird. We'll see if they can keep that in the continuity. But yeah, it's still good. The time travel is still consistent. I think outside of just the structure, I think that they're setting up, it does feel a little like Cowboy Bebop-ish because it doesn't feel like they're bad guys, but they definitely aren't good guys either. And it's
They're
just
they're
we're
doing a
doing this
job.
for money.
They're doing a job for money. They get paid to do this.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty unique. It's still a good watch, I think, especially for like a weird time travel thing.
Yeah.
You also watched Lycoris Recoil this week.
Yes, I watched that this morning.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, episode 1 got dubbed.
I thought it was kind of funny that you just the whole beginning starts off with these like schoolgirls just assassinating people
Yeah, I was like,
Which one
in the
is this?
streets. Lycoris Recoil.
yeah.
Is that on the list?
I don't
anywhere?
think I added it yet.
I'm gonna get the list.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's not on there, but apparently all of Matthew Perry's movies I watched.
Oh.
All what, like fucking 10
Yeah.
that he's ever done?
You know, you have the whole 9
did you rate-
yards, the whole 10 yards. I'm sure you did a couple of other movies at some point.
What was your overall rating for all of Matthew Perry's movies?
Seeing how I couldn't even think of a title of one, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Oh,
Don't think he's-
because I think you wrote something different down for your official
Well,
rating.
Oh, it says I'm a minor drug addiction.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's an interesting rating out of 10.
Out of 10, you gave it a minor drug addiction, huh? All right.
Not gonna lie, I'm gonna look
Do
up
you
Matthew
remember
Pi-
those? can he remember doing those movies? Because I don't think there's a lot of them. He's a TV star, not a movie star.
He was in movies. It's
I
a
think he's
few.
any sort of a star right now, man.
Let's see. Oh yeah, his last thing was
Like 10 years ago.
he played Ted Kennedy. That should tell you how good his career's going. In a mini series on TV in 2017 and has done nothing since. Matthew Perry, fallen from such heights as Children's Hospital, where he played Matthew Perry. He he was in 17 again with what's his fucking...
Zac Efron?
Yeah, that guy. He was in a TV movie, and then he was in Birds of America, whatever that is. Oh yeah, I forgot he did Benny's voice in Fallout New Vegas. Probably the highlight of his career right there. He was in The West Wing.
The best thing he'd ever done in his entire career was the voice for Fallout New Vegas.
It was. The whole
The
9
insane amount of money he made on a fucking sitcom that lasted, what, 10 years?
Something like that.
No, that's fine.
Anyway, Lycoris Recoil.
Does not have Matthew Perry in it. Very
Does
disappointing.
not, no.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just.
So it's like in Tokyo, it's like Tokyo or Japan is like the safest country in the world, like 8 years in a row or something like that. And like basically because there's this shadow organization that just like the technological intelligence they have, like
Oh, is this the one where it's basically like this group of girls? It's like a fucking like hit squad.
Yeah. So it's like they stop crime. They stop crime like before it happens.
So
like,
you
Because of
may
their
be
intelligence network.
a little concerned about this because there's also multiple of this concept. There was Gunslinger Girls like 5 to 10 years ago that is somewhat similar to this. This is basically Minority Report with cute anime girls. That's basically it.
Pretty much.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But it's like,
yeah.
But the main character is now like she's not a part of the main organization because she doesn't actually kill people.
Is that a requirement to be part of this organization?
No, they kill people.
Yeah, she's the
She-
weirdo for not killing people.
She's the outcast because she doesn't kill people.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Is killing people a requirement for this organization?
Basically, it's like bare basic teaching that they do is you just fucking kill people, drug dealers, anything like that. And like this one of them, she gets outcasted and gets sent to like this a small branch, and the lady, she's the other girl that she's partnered with, like uses non-lethal rounds and stuff like that. But she says value human life.
Yeah. It's that's all right. It's
Right.
and like it's just the idea because like I kind of went into it blind except for like the shit I've seen on TikTok, just like little clips and stuff. And none of the clips are like this is Minority Report, and it's like oh this is 100% Minority Report.
Yeah.
Just you don't have Tom Cruise. You just have
Sounds like a
Chisato.
win.
I mean for their budget for sure. You know I don't think it drew as many people though. A lot of people like Tom Cruise. He's a crazy man.
I'll keep watching it.
Straps himself into planes, onto planes,
Climbs up buildings.
goes to space.
Put snakes on planes. It's just
I mean, maybe.
Motherfucking snakes on motherfucking things.
yeah. Little known fact, he played 3 of the snakes on
3 of the
Snake.
snakes.
But just 3. You know, the rest were just extras. But those 3
They
snakes.
CGI'd the other 3.
There's only 6 snakes on this plane. Yeah.
Out of these
it's-
motherfucking 6 snakes.
Get on this motherfucking one plane. Yeah, Lycoris Recoil. It's enjoyable. I don't know.
Yep.
Like, we'll see. Maybe it gets.
Mhm.
It's only one episode.
Right.
But for people to be like, this is like the top 1 or 2 anime consistently weekly, I'm like,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
This-
it's like been on the charts for weeks now.
yeah, this and
Right.
Call of the Night keep fighting over top 1 and 2 spot. But Call of the Night's over on High Dive, and I'm not gonna fucking start a High Dive, and I'm too
Yeah.
lazy to go find it somewhere else. So, That's where we
Isn't
are.
that one also only subbed?
I have no idea.
That's actually a good question. I don't know if High Dive has. I mean, I know they have dubs, but I don't know if they have like anyone simul dubbing things. So probably, yeah, it's probably just a sub.
I know that High Dive is the one that does. Is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon?
Yeah, they do that, and they've got a couple of other fairly kind of notable. They had your boy Kamen last season. That was another one that was like usually top 3 or 5 weekly.
Well, High Dive is also doing the I'm quitting heroing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember you guys saying
But
that.
I think that had fully aired previous, like a season back,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, we can find out. I think so. Yeah, I think that had been a hot minute. Let's find out where. Did I just find
Spring
the
of
catalog?
22 was when I'm quitting heroing aired. So it finished airing in June. So yeah, I guess they are doing their dub 1 season back.
Hmm. Oh, okay. No, yeah, it's well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So it does have English simulcasting, so it's being subbed, I'd imagine,
Yeah.
but it's not labeled as a dub, so yeah, probably not. But you know, the most important thing I see in this little list they have of simulcasts is Doomsday with My Dog. That is just I Am Legend in an anime, and you know what? That sounds okay with me. But yeah, Lycoris Recoil, and I don't know why people are blowing up about it. I mean, still, it's not bad. It's just like okay. But yeah, there's no licorice in that show. I'm a little disappointed.
So,
So
Fudo PI.
it's fucking sick. I didn't watch it this week, but god
So-
damn it, I love this show so much.
Red
So-
Gelato becomes a private investigator.
No, okay. So
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. I
That's his name,
wasn't
though,
putting.
right? Fudo.
Okay, that's the city.
spelled
listen.
differently.
He runs an entire city now.
Yeah, he's got
Yes.
a whole city made of wind and all kinds of shit.
When he retired from
Red
Hero,
Gelato.
when he quit heroing, he becomes
Okay.
the mayor of Fudo City.
Son of a bitch.
He paints everything red too, because it's his favorite
So
color.
I didn't
Paint the
look
city red.
in. I did not look into anything on this show.
Yeah.
Because I didn't put the connection of the name to anything. And then you were like, "Oh, it's Kamen Rider anime." I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Well, I'm gonna watch it this weekend."
Yeah.
And so I opened it, and I said, "Fuck." I said, "That's the dude from Kamen Rider Double
Yeah. Yeah.
from like a
it's-
decade ago."
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'm
the
like,
continuation
fuck.
of Kamen Rider Double.
And then I
Or
looked
W.
up, like, yeah, it's a sequel. I'm like, what the fuck? It's a sequel. So then I went back and watched Kamen Rider Double all weekend.
Great. Yeah, I still haven't ever
Wait,
watched any
this
real.
one is a sequel.
It's a sequel to a live action show.
Yeah, the actual Kamen Rider shows. Or
It
one
was
of
like-
them.
2010 or 2009 or something like that. So the CG obviously is really hard to watch because it's fucking 2009. But damn, that show's good. like, I'd say if you've never seen Kamen Rider, and because
I've
there's
not.
there's like 500 of them,
There's a lot. Yeah.
you could start with that one, and it's a good baseline because like the writing's really well done, the character interaction's really good. I laughed a lot in that
Does
show.
it? This is gonna be a dumb question. Does it have a dub?
No.
Okay, that's kind of what I
If
thought.
it does, I didn't know about it because I just watched it in the subbed.
Okay, that's. I mean, I know that sometimes they'll dub some things. I don't know
Yeah.
for Kamen Rider, but I was like, just in case.
But it was, because obviously Kamen Rider and like Power Rangers, they all look the same. So
Yeah.
it's kind of the, you've got your out of costume interactions and stuff like that. But it was like I enjoyed their interactions more than like the Power Rangers interactions because they were like really cheesy and for kids. And like people die in this one. Like, and in the anime is even darker. But yeah, so I was watching Kamen Rider like all week.
Yes.
And yeah, it's Kamen Rider Double, or Kamen Rider W, is how it would be typed out, but it's double.
Yeah.
Because there's so for their driver, it takes two what are they called?
Memory.
Memory. Yeah, two memories. And the memories are basically what they use to transform into their powers, costumes, monsters, all that stuff. So he has got 2 slots, and his partner puts one in his, and then he loses consciousness. So they basically merge into one person. So both of them are like speaking at the same time and all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. And so I was like, fuck, I really like the show. I never finished the show whenever I was like in my little like Kamen Rider phase. Never finished it. So I was like trying to watch it. There's like 49 episodes. And like 3 movies, but I'm not gonna watch those.
Yeah, I saw someone post like how you should watch Kamen Rider Double, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start at Fudopi. You can give fuck.
Yeah. They're like, it's like, hey, you watch like the first like 13 episodes, and then there's a movie, and then you watch like 20 more episodes, then there's another movie.
Or
That's
you
just because
skip to the anime.
or you just skip, or you can just skip to the end, or just watch a YouTube video. What happened?
Yeah, that's
Because
what I've
it
done before.
gets pretty because like the ending was like super emotional in Double, and I guess it doesn't really matter because they're both alive in Fudo PI, but Philip, the brains, the guy that does all the searching, he's got the book and he's basically the internet in his brain. He fucking died at the end of it, at the end of Double,
and now he's
then-
back.
Well, they like the very last episode at the end, he was brought back. But like, which stuff like that. It's like, oh, that's just I went through emotional trauma for nothing. That's cool, whatever. Kind of made his death worthless. He's just, oh, I'm back. Anyway, Kamen Rider Double, it's good. Fudo PI, really good. They did a really good job. This episode, you really get to see, fucking, Cyclone do a lot more.
Yeah. The since I haven't like watched the most recent episode, they transformed at the end of the last episode, and I'm like,
Cyclone Joker.
damn, this looks sick. This is so good.
I think they got the same dude that like yells the moves. Because
Yeah,
like
I'd
they'll
imagine
put
they
in
could probably afford most of those people.
one of them, they yelled in English too, which is always really cool.
Yeah.
They always like to do that. But I think it's the same voice actor that did the narration in the
Yeah.
regular show. Anyway,
It's really good. Yeah, like
Scratches my Power Rangers itch, so I was super
there you
into it.
go. Like I would be super into like I've enjoyed Kamen Rider from a distance. Like I've never watched it, but I've watched a bunch of lore videos about it because I'm too lazy to like actually watch the show.
Yeah.
So when I was like, oh, Kamen Rider's getting an anime, I was like, intriguing. Tell me more. And I actually like because it doesn't like it's what 3 episodes before you actually get the full transformation.
Yeah, like a full fight. This is the first time they have a full fight.
Yeah. And like his whole like the main guy's whole thing is like he's a detective. I think it's a hard-boiled detective or something.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
always says
goes on
I'm a
for.
hard-boiled detective.
Yeah. And like you actually get to see him do detective shit and be like kind of okay at it, but also kind of a huge dumbass.
Yeah,
And it's a
that was,
very
like,
interesting.
That was like the charm of the show because it was that whole setup where it's like there's 2 episode arcs. There's the getting the case and then investigating, and then like the second episode, the episode that follows is like finishing that case and the fight and all that. So it's like that's how the series was basically ran. It was on like a 2 episode arc basis, which that way you get time with the characters and then you get a whole episode basically like fighting and costumes and shit. It was really good.
Yeah. This like I think you would need something like this that has like a more interesting story and more of like a gimmick. But I would like really enjoy if we got a bunch of like these Super Sentai type fucking heroes, like even going back to the 90s, just getting animated. Because I think that works way better.
Yeah.
And maybe we could get a good Beetleborg show where kids aren't in it and be like,
Oh my god.
these are just
don't know.
dudes.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, Cody.
Listen, I think the Japanese one was not children, so they could
That's
do it.
okay.
and it'd be
Cody,
like
it's
great.
fine. There's plenty of costume shows that doesn't need to be Beetleborgs.
No, so we gotta get Beetleborgs back.
No,
We gotta get the other ones I don't remember from the '90s.
just let it die.
No.
Let it die.
I
Listen,
mean,
I don't think
listen.
Kamen Riders ever had like terrible looking suits.
Yeah,
Like
no,
even the
they've been
monsters
pretty
look pretty
consistent.
good.
I know I've told you guys that
You're a huge Kamen Rider fan. We know you love it so much.
that like years ago they had put Beetleborgs.
Yeah,
on
we've
Netflix.
talked about this.
Yeah,
And it's
and
fucking awful.
I watched it with. I was like, oh, my little sister. I was like,
Yeah.
we used to watch this all the time. It's like, oh yeah, let's give it
Yeah.
a watch. And we got maybe through the first episode.
You're like,
and
why
it
is he
was-
6 years old?
It was so bad that I literally called my mother and apologized for making her sit through that whenever I was a kid. I
Yeah.
was like, so we started watching that, and she's like, yeah. I'm like, it's so bad. She's like, yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
awful. I'm like, she's like, yep.
Pretty
I'm
bad.
like, I'm so sorry I made you sit through that. She's like, yeah, you were a kid. It's all good. I'm just like, it's so
The only-
fucking bad.
The only thing I kept liking from that is like the Jay Leno bad guy or whatever the
The
fuck.
ghost.
Oh
He
yeah.
was only a bad guy for like the first part of the first episode.
Yeah.
Once he realized like the kids could beat his ass, and then he's like, "I'll be your friend."
Yeah.
I'm not a bad guy anymore. I promise.
And then I did like how he would like draw the villains and then they would appear. I like that part. But the rest of it, pretty shit to come back and watch it.
No.
Because I thought they were like teenagers, and then when we went to watch it, and I'm like, oh, the youngest one's like fucking like 5 years old.
Small
Yeah.
children. Yeah.
Like small children. Like the oldest one maybe is
Tiny
10.
children.
And you're like, why did I watch this? I was like, oh, because I was a kid when I watched it.
You're like, oh yeah, this makes total
Yeah.
sense. I'm a child.
Now, they can die where it was. Cody, you can sign that petition, but I won't.
I'm just saying. I think that there is a revival waiting to
No.
happen.
No.
No.
We gotta animate more Kamen Rider, and then we'll be like, okay, this is a trend now.
No. I really
No.
hope
I will never stop. I
'Cause,
can't
like,
stop.
the coolest looking fucking suit that I thought was from Kamen Rider was the fucking Fang Joker, which is in the show. It's like the white and black.
Yeah.
I really hope that they do that.
Having like no understanding of the previous story, I really hope that we see Kamen Rider Skull show up, because that dude's fucking cool as hell.
It looks badass. No, I mean technically we probably won't.
Yeah, because I
for
assume that
reasons-
guy's dead as fuck.
That guy is dead. Yeah, he dies in the first episode.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So it's kind of like I don't remember what it was. It was like some kind of temporal shift or whatever. Whenever they ran into him,
Mm,
or it was like a doppelganger
mm.
of his, because it was the old chief,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and they all wore fedoras. All the detectives wear fedoras. For some reason, they pull it off.
Yeah.
But then you have you have Skull Rider, and he's got a fedora and a scarf,
Yeah.
and you're like, why does it look cool? It just does.
Why does this fucking work? It just does. But yeah,
It just does.
Fudo PI is really good. It's
Yeah, I'm
What
pretty
about
pissed
the
I didn't make the
The
connection.
one that had the helmet and the glasses.
What?
You know, I think he was called Moomin Rider.
Oh my god.
Listen. If they animated like all Kamen Rider, I'd be down with it. Fuck it, I don't even care. I'll watch them all. I won't watch them in live action because that's too much work. But
It's not that.
listen.
It's like if you get into it, it's not that bad.
Listen. Not gonna lie, they animated a lot of the Power Rangers stuff. I probably actually watched most of that. Probably not as
I mean,
much though. I think I'd like Kamen Rider more, but
Aren't they doing another reboot of Power Rangers?
They're not like necessarily reboots. They're just more seasons.
No, like of the movie.
What?
Like they did that
Like the
movie.
Mighty- Oh yeah, because
then
they
they
were gonna make a
teased-
sequel and then it didn't do good.
Sequel, and then like
Yeah,
that didn't happen, and then they were, last I heard, they were gonna reboot it and do it again.
yeah. they
yeah,
were
I
gonna
think they had that plan, and then Saban either lost or sold the rights to Power Rangers to Hasbro, and then Hasbro just
Yeah.
hasn't done anything major. Yeah. Kamen Rider anime is fucking sick.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. I was pretty
yeah,
mad I
slaps.
didn't make the connection because Fudo is literally the city that they live in,
Yeah.
and it's Fudo PI, private investigator. And I'm like, oh fuck me, I'm an idiot. But then again, I never finished the series, but I feel like I would have known if someone asked me.
Yeah, it's I mean, they do a good job of not making it about Kamen Rider, because
Right.
it's like this, we're focusing more on them as detectives or whatever. But it is like, if you like Kamen Rider even a little bit, you're like, oh my god, that's fucking Kamen Rider. What the fuck?
Yeah.
He's got a motorcycle.
They all have motorcycles.
He's got a motorcycle.
Yeah.
He's got
The
a
dude literally
motorcycle that looks like him.
That dude passes out, loses consciousness.
Hell yeah. I like that they have to have like the other sidekick to like grab his dead body.
So
His passed out
she
body.
she is Kamen Rider Skull's daughter. So he's their old chief's daughter. Like in the show, like the first episode of Kamen Rider Double, she like shows up at the door, like after the flashback, like shows up at the agency, the private investigation agency, and he's like, what do you want? And she's like, bro, I have an eviction notice, I own this building. And then they find out that she's the chief's daughter, and they don't immediately tell her that he's dead, which is kind of a dick move. But
that's a good way to build a great rapport with her immediately.
So-
Like,
Could you imagine if you were just like, okay, we gotta go tell her that he's dead. And it's like, hey, would you like me to fix you anything? I could fix you some cookies. And he's like, wait till she's done with cookies first, because that sounds kind of good right now. And if we tell her, she's gonna start crying, and then yeah, we can have some cookies.
Yeah, we'll take
give
some.
tea as well. That'd be great.
he keeps
That
calling her a
was
middle.
great. We should leave. Oh yeah, by the way, your dad's dead.
Your dad's dead.
just
Well, she's
as a
like, where's
side
my
note.
dad? He's like, he's away. He's not here. And then it's like kind of just skirts around it. And then
Yeah, he's not here. Were you gonna make anything else before we leave?
We could really use some dinner. We those cookies were great and all, but we really need a meal.
and she's like, she goes on a couple investigations with them. And then she's like, well, I own the building, so I'm gonna be the chief. So she like makes a sign with her name as chief. And then that's how she became the third character.
And her
I don't-
one
and they don't-
use is to pick up the unconscious body.
Yeah, because before she comes around, he just fucking falls wherever he's at. Like,
This dude needs to be wearing padded clothes and a helmet at all times.
well, he doesn't always like. He'll be at the home base while he's somewhere else, and like they'll just be in contact with each other. And it's like he can use it. He doesn't have to be close by to use it.
You can do it from a distance. Okay.
He can do it from a distance. He doesn't have to be like right next to him.
Kamen
Yeah.
Rider fixing problems before they start.
Yeah, they didn't. She doesn't find out that her dad's dead till like halfway through the series when that doppelganger shows up, and like because he takes the form of her dad, and she's like, "There you are," and he's like, "No, it can't be him," and she's like, "Why?" It's like, "Because he's dead." And she's like, "He's dead."
He's like, oh fuck, that's what I meant to tell you.
I forgot you sidetracked us with food. We couldn't remember. We were hungry. We had a long day of your dad being dead.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
You know
work.
how tiring that is.
We had to see it, and then we had to think about telling
Yeah,
you.
I had to watch him die. He gave me his fedora.
We didn't try to move his body.
Oh, just left it there.
No, just left it. We figured, someone would come by and pick it up. Probably. We don't know who picks up dead bodies. It's fine. We didn't look into it. We didn't Google it.
Anyway,
yeah,
it's good.
Fudo
Kamen
PI
Rider's good.
fucking
Fudo
slaps.
PI is good
So good. So
because
I
now
might-
they can do all the stuff that they did with CG back then. Now it actually looks good in an anime.
like
It didn't look awful. Like
yeah.
they did the fucking. Oh, you haven't seen the new episode. Never mind.
I saw that clip
Where
where
he-
they do the actual rider kick where it's like split.
Yeah. So he he'll turn into Lunar Joker, which is where his other half is yellow,
Hmm,
and it gives him like bendy arms.
weird.
And so in the show, he was like using bendy arms, and you're like, that doesn't look great. But
Ooh.
in the anime, it looks good.
Yeah, I feel like this genre of media, I guess, works way better in an anime because you can just be like, yeah, all that dumb shit we wanted to do is way easier this way. But
It's way easier and cheaper.
yeah, but I guess you can probably get a bunch of film school students to jump in a bunch of really shitty costumes to start a series like this back in the 70s or whatever. So, but yeah, so Kamen Rider or Fudo PI fucking slaps. Do you guys watch anything else, or is that it?
I think it's it.
Okay.
I went to watch Dragon Ball in theaters on Thursday.
Oh, was it
Oh.
better this time?
Yeah, because it was in dub. It was.
There you go. Fixed it. It
Instead-
wasn't someone shaky cam from a.
It wasn't someone's fucking handy cam.
Yeah.
No, really, really good. Just the funniest thing to take away from it was the fact that fucking Charles Martinet played the Red Ribbon guy, which Charles Martinet is the voice of Mario forever. And so when I saw they're like, yeah, we cast Charles Martinet, I'm like, how's that gonna work? I was like, oh, he's just a gruff Italian guy. So it worked
He's
out
just
pretty well.
Mario.
No, he's not. That'd been funnier. He's just.
That would have been
Mario.
great. It's like, it's me.
It's me.
Mario just moonlights as part of the Red Ribbon Army because
Yeah.
he's a broke ass plumber. He has to pay for
It's
these
true.
castles for Princess Peach somehow.
So
Gotta
it
figure
was
out.
good. It was really good. And so she wasn't going to go with me. I was going to go with a couple other people. And then she's like, well, I don't want to. It was her day off. She's like, I don't want to sit at home alone. She's like, how much of it do I need to watch to know what's going on? I said, a lot.
Not too much. I mean, it's just one of the movies. Just, have to know who the people are. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but like, it's not just one of the movies, it's a super movie. So you've got everything that's happened in Super.
I understand you
shows-
like it, but you can't just say movies are super movies when you think they're really good.
God damn it, Seve.
That's good. I didn't even see that coming. That was good.
Yeah.
Son of a
You
bitch.
you need to watch Shawshank Redemption. It's a super
It's
movie.
a super movie.
Oh,
super.
I understand it won awards, Dean, but it's not a super movie. It's just a film.
No, I wouldn't say
It's a super
this
film.
This is not a super Dragon Ball Super movie. It's just a movie. It's like a really long OVA. It's just nice that it's in a movie form. Because it would have been a good like side story. Because you get a lot of Piccolo Gohan action. And
You're arguably two of the best characters.
yeah, exactly. And they're like the main characters in the movie. So it's like, this is great. This is what everybody wanted.
Do the transformations look just as bad in person?
I mean, you got Orange. He literally says in the movie afterwards, Gohan's like, he's like, what are you going to call it? And Piccolo's like, what do you mean, what am I going to call it? He's like, you got to think of a name. He's like, well, I don't really do that. He's like, I guess if I'm going to make a name, I'll just call it Orange Piccolo.
Man.
Piccolo.
Son of a bitch.
It's just
Piccolo.
like the meme of like, oh, we got to say the movie's name in the movie.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's just like, we got to say this dumbass transformation name. And like, they did like Super Saiyan was just a name that existed pre them doing that.
There was the legend of Super Saiyan. Yeah, like Vegeta talked about it.
Yeah. And then like Super Saiyan 2 and 3. Okay. That's fine. That's,
They don't even really call it Super Saiyan 2. They just call it Ascended Saiyan.
yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess do they even mention Super Saiyan 3 at any point? Or there's like,
Yeah, Goku's like, this is to go even further beyond. Then you get a whole episode of him screaming while he's powering up.
okay.
Yeah.
Which Sean Schimmel's
it's
going
like
on to
2
say,
episodes, so it's like
Two.
40 full minutes of just
Yeah.
Sean Kimmel just screaming.
and he's like, this is the worst thing I've ever done.
I guess they do name in Super the Super Saiyan Blue
God.
and God stuff.
It's
Well,
the
the God thing
technical-
exists though, doesn't? Because it doesn't Beerus come up to him? It's like, I'm here to fight the Super Saiyan God. And
Yeah.
he just like, what the
And
fuck are you
everyone's like-
on about?
everyone's like, who the fuck is that? They have to get the Dragon Balls and wish for Super Saiyan God.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's like, I can't give it to you. He's like, but I can tell you how to get it. And 5 Saiyans combine and give power to one, all that. And then Super Saiyan Blue is technically just Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. So it's a Super Saiyan God that has gone Super Saiyan.
Yeah, do they actually call it blue canonically in the series, though? I feel like I remember. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they do the
it's-
same thing for Super Saiyan Rose, too.
Yeah, because it's just Goku Black that's like, I think I'll call this one Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you had Vegeta complaining to Bulma, and it's like, I almost beat Goku. It's like, what happened? It's like, well, then he blew me.
What?
It's like, I figured this was
I
happening.
had him this close to the edge, but then he just turned around and blew on me.
God damn it.
I had him on the edge.
On the edge. He's edging.
I was edging him. Goddamn Piccolo Orange. That's so fucking stupid. That feels
yeah,
like a very Piccolo name, though, to be like,
Oh,
why
absolutely.
the fuck do you name these things? Just do it.
So
Most of the pictures you showed me, he wasn't that orange.
he's very orange.
Is he?
Yeah, like his arms are really orange and like his
Okay,
face.
maybe it's like the
So
Yeah, I guess you have to
bootleg
see it in
fucking
person. I guess.
pictures.
so
that
it's
convey it
basically
well.
his new form. He just looks jaundice and he doesn't have his arm lines. But then he can go super beyond that, and that's when he turns orange. Like his arms are like a dark
Oh,
orange,
okay.
and his face turns a little bit more orange instead of yellow.
So what you're saying is there's Orange Piccolo and then there's Super Orange Piccolo.
Pretty much, yeah.
You have Fanta and then you have Super Fanta Piccolo.
But it was pretty good, because it was more. I feel like it was more fan servicey
Hmm.
because you get a lot more Piccolo and you get like callbacks and you get little jokes here and there, like with the whole time like Goku and Vegeta are on Beerus's planet training, and they're having a fight, but they can't use like any key moves or anything like that.
Hmm.
So it's just strictly physical. Because Whis is like, you need to do this and not rely on anything and hone your skills. So the whole time, like they don't. It's like they start that, and then the movie like happens, and then they cut back to the end where they're just like exhausted, and then Goku falls, and Vegeta's like, "I did it! I finally beat Kakarot."
They were mud
It's like-
wrestling.
He's like, "I win," and then he passes out in the movie. It's pretty good. But so she started watching Dragon Ball
Did she do it before or after?
before. I think she got to the Frieza arc before we went to the movie.
Hmm.
But so I told her to watch Kai because that's the fastest way to watch it. I mean, the faster way to watch it is to watch Dragon Ball Abridged.
Yes.
That's for another time. Yeah, I think she just now got to the Boo arc. She started Boo finally. So I found some people
Never
on
finished the Boo arc.
69 episodes in Kai now. It's on that website that we use.
Yeah,
I've
I've never watched it. It's just too much.
It's okay.
I get
Six-
it gets to a point where I just got so bored.
Yeah. The pacing's a lot faster in Kai. The first few episodes are really annoying because it's basically like it starts off like slice of life with Gohan at school.
Yeah,
And it's like
you
that
go
for
through
4
that, and
episodes.
they do like some tournament.
Yeah, the tournament's like episode 5 is when it starts to happen. No, episode 5 he's teaching Videl how to fly. And then the tournament starts. So it's like the Boo actually doesn't really happen until like episode 20. But 69 episodes is a lot better than 100.
Fair point.
So there was a guy on Reddit that was kind of doing the same thing on with the Naruto, the Ocean Cut.
Mhm.
So there was like 2 different people. One of them was easy because I was able to watch it like on the Xbox browser in the living room.
Mm.
And so she watched like the Sand arc and like the first part, like all the way up to Frieza. And then that's when I found these people that cut them into movies. And so I was able to stream it on the TV. So it was like the whole Namek and Frieza arc was 2 hours, like cut down to 2 hours. And then I was able to find, I had to download it on my computer and then hook up my phone and then copy it to my phone because it was a zip file. and, and it was like 9 gigs. I didn't want it, and I didn't want all of it on my phone, so I just downloaded it to the computer and just moved it as I needed it, and then Chromecasted it, and then I had to upload it to the Google Cloud, and then I had to Chromecast it to the TV.
It's a lot of work.
But you know, it's a lot better than, because the only way you can watch Kai is either you buy it on Amazon for $35 a season, or you watch it on specific websites. But then you have to keep changing the episode and all that.
Too true. Pain to keep track
It's a
of
lot.
what episode.
It's a lot more streamlined to have it in 2-hour sections.
Yeah, that did help with the Ocean Cut for Naruto. Like it, I felt like I was breezing through Shippuden much faster than OG Naruto. Then yeah, I will go back to it at some point. I just did not have a lot of I just didn't watch a lot of stuff this week. Yeah.
And nobody's done the Boo Saga, so we'll just have to watch that. But I don't think I ever watched Boo in Kai.
Now here's your chance.
And here's my chance.
Yeah. You can watch it at the 69 episodes.
And yeah, and then I know the parts of Super that aren't like in the first 2 movies, like the Gods and the Frieza movie. So you watch the Gods movie and the Frieza movie, and that same uploader has the next few arcs done in movie form. And I'm like, I think I could watch all those Super in like 5 movies.
That's not terrible.
And we got the Broly movie. And then she's already seen the other movie, so they were good.
Boom, done. You only have like weeks worth of content to go through.
Yeah, well, she's watching them at work. She's not gonna watch them here.
Oh,
So I was like, I already seen the Boo Saga multiple times. I don't, just tell me where you're at. I can remember what happens.
So what you're saying is,
Because I
you
told her I
don't want to
said,
watch the best arc of Dragon Ball Z again.
no. Hell, I may even make her watch GT. No, I won't do that.
Seve's face.
I was gonna say, aren't you supposed to like love and want to marry this person?
All right, I'll give her the rundown of the first half, and she can watch the last half.
Nah,
With the-
you see,
Past the fucking first half.
well, don't watch the first half. Watch the baby arc. That's like the best part where they go Super Saiyan 4.
See, you keep trying to tell me like it's the best part, and then you're like,
It
it's
is.
the part that has a baby, and I'm just like,
It's
no,
not.
I'm
His
out.
name is Baby. He's
yeah,
not
no,
a baby.
Alice Rummus is back up in there. Like, what's up with my fisheye face?
Oh, I have seen it because he's really good at driving, right?
God,
God damn it.
son of a bitch.
Baby driver. Is
Yeah,
that what we're talking
Yeah.
about?
yeah.
Yep.
You know how like you'll hear people be like, "Oh, you need to go on a trip with the person like you're gonna marry beforehand because it's really stressful and stuff." Yeah, just making someone watch Dragon Ball GT is the same level of stress. So that's a test. They don't make it through. You're like, okay, well, we can't handle stressful situations.
We'll see.
Cole and I tried watching GT years ago.
Yeah.
And we watched the first episode, and we were
It's not
like,
good.
well, we were just like, man, I need to take a break. It was like, how many episodes have we gone through? We're probably, what, 4 or 5 in? It's like, oh, no, that was just one episode. It's like, was it like an hour and a half? It's like, no, it was 30 minutes. I was like, okay, this is just awful.
Well, it's a good thing you and Cole didn't get married. You would not have handled stressful situations well.
See, I made the joke. I said, before we get married, you have to watch Dragon Ball, and I was just joking. And I was like, if you attempted to watch it, because I knew she's not like really big into like shonen and stuff like that. But so she's like, no, I never watched it because I wasn't really that interested into it. And then I have all this shit, and then I have tattoos. Like it's not like it's my favorite thing, but it's like very influential. And so I was like, if you just attempted to watch it, and you're like, I don't want to watch this anymore, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. But she's like into it. Piccolo's her favorite. I said, good.
Yeah.
It's like good. She first started watching it. She's like, I like Krillin. I said, oof. I said, well, I'll tell you right now, he's already died once. And she's like, what? I said, yeah, he died as a kid. She's like, that's so sad.
Krillin's
one of,
well acquainted with death.
King Piccolo's flunkies.
Tambourine murdered him.
Yeah, well, he got what he got.
And then she kept going. She's like, every time somebody died. And I was like, fuck, a lot of people die in this show. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, they're alive, right? I'm like, because she doesn't give a shit about spoilers.
It's just like,
And I'm like,
where are you
just
at
just keep watching it. Like, she's like, well, obviously they come back. She's like, because she saw the movie with me on Thursday, and she's like, these people were in the movie, so obviously they're alive. I said, yeah, but there's parts where you don't think they're gonna be alive. I said, quit, you're ruining it. I said, I had to watch it week to week as a child.
Yeah.
It was traumatic. As she finished the Cell arc, and
Good art.
and then she was like, is there, because Goku sacrifices himself, and she's like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah. She's like, well, the Namekian Dragon Balls. I said, they don't know where Namek is. Goku knows where Namek is, and he's dead. And she's like, oh. So then she was sad, and she said, that's not a happy ending. So it's fine. But then she started Boo. It's fine. It's all right. The Shenron arc and the baby arc from GT are good. They're not amazing, but they're good. And the goddamn opening scene, or the opening song, pretty good. Pretty banger.
All right. How long have we been going on now?
Hour and a half.
That's a good amount of time.
Okay, let me blow through the things I watched this week.
Oh, yeah, it's Cody's turn.
I never
Yeah,
talked this
talk
long
about
for this.
what you've watched?
No. I mean, we talked about the things we collectively watched.
Oh, okay. So, Cody, what have you watched that? is
Okay,
just garbage,
so
so we don't watch.
let me blow through this real quick. I watched the Eris the Goblin Slayer OVA episode thing they put up for Mushoku Tensei. Two things came out of that.
I didn't know they did one of those.
Yeah, they I think it actually came out in Japanese, like along with the series, as like an extra episode, and they just never dubbed it. So it just like happened last week or the week before. I can confirm that cannons are taco in Mushoku Tensei because they spend like a good 5 seconds on a vendor showing someone a taco. I'm like, I don't know why you did this, but thank you for showing me the tacos exist in this universe. The whole episode focuses on Eris when Rudius is getting his ass kicked by Paul, or kicking Paul's ass, depending on who you ask. She runs into Great Value Rudy, but instead of being super horny, he's just really mad at everything. Because everyone thinks he's a kid, because he's a kid, and he's like, I'm really good at magic, and she's like, you a punk bitch, and you suck at magic. Rudius is like blowing people up. He's like, I can do Fireball. She's like, your Fireball's dumb. It sucks. You're a terrible magician. Get wrecked. We hate you. Talk about weird religious stuff in the universe. There's a pope. Pope's a huge dick. Or not. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Really good fight. Tacos, whatever. It doesn't matter. I watched Classroom of the Elite, episode 5. School festival, sports things happening. That was actually kind of a slow episode. Kind of a little boring. Bro Sakai, episode 5.
They fuck each other?
No, but Lord Ainz is one of the best narrators to any show ever. Like,
Hell yeah.
Chris Guerrero is just fucking just lapping this shit up. It's great. They spend more time with the other isekai guy who, much like Black Summoner, has really shitty stats. And he didn't know the stat screen existed, so they had to show him, and he's like, oh,
Nice.
I have all of these things, and like one of his skills is playing ping pong. And he's
The
like,
fuck?
oh, I didn't even know I could do anything. Like, I didn't know I could pick my skills. And they're like, what did you do? And he's like, I guess the goddess just picked him for me. And they're like, yeah, that sounds right. She's kind of a bitch. They didn't fuck each other, but they are still I'm really enjoying the dumb fucking charm effect, because like the first couple episodes you're like, okay, this is kind of dumb. but the more it consistently keeps getting them in trouble, the funnier it gets, I feel like. I watched episodes 1 and 2 of Orange. Holly recommended that, I think, a couple weeks ago with her best boys list.
Kind depressed yet?
I'm only 2 episodes in, so not 100%. Maybe like a little, maybe like 2%. It's weird because I thought this was just like a regular fucking slice of life show, and it's not. It has like this weird time travel thing to it, but it's not time travel. It's kind of like Steins Gate's technically like time travel, but no one's really traveling through time. They're just sending messages. Kind of the same thing. They send a letter back in time. The main character chick is like, oh, I got this letter from future me, and it has dictated pretty much everything that has happened so far. I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm like, yeah, that's a me as fuck move. I'd be like, most people would freak out in this instance, but I just don't care enough to do anything about this. I'm just gonna vibe with it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Kakeru, the guy, I guess, like main guy character, real rough time. His family moved. He went to school for 1 day. His mom killed herself, so he didn't go to school for 2 weeks. And they're like, oh, he must be sick, because school's not going to tell him, hey, this guy's out because and he didn't say anything because he's like, I don't want to bum everyone out. And he tells the main character chick, and she's like, yeah, I'm not equipped to handle this. This is rough. I don't know what to say here. It's very awkward silency. That's 2 episodes in. I'm imagining it's going to get much more depressing. Then I watched some trash. I was Gigic has talked about both of these, I think, in trashy ways. And one of them is kind of a pseudo meme. So I watched the first 2 episodes of Girlfriend, because it's got a dub. This is what I imagine people that like watch 90 Day Fiancé for. I feel like it's that. It's dumb, it's fucking stupid, but I'm enjoying it. It's funny. And have you guys seen that meme where it's like a Japanese headline? It's like, guy gets arrested for housing like a high school student. It's not and then like under it, it's like, oh, he got arrested for doing something he saw in a manga. This is basically that manga. It's got a dumb long name too. It's Higehiro, after being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. Thanks, Japan, for a long title. Explains the entire premise. It's actually like, I'd say it's like the HBO of anime because it's got more suggestive stuff in it than it really needs. But it's actually really good. Like, the main dude, he's drunk, coming home. There's this like teenage high school runaway chick under a lamppost. He's like, where are you gonna stay? She's like, I don't know. It's like, maybe I'll go like try to seduce a dude so I can stay at his house. He's like, that's fucked up. She's like, I know.
Christ.
So he it takes like, you can just room with me, whatever. So they go back to his apartment, and she's like, oh, I'll sleep with you. He's like, get the fuck off me. I'm like, no, like, old women, big boobs. This woman too. Fuck off. Leave me alone. And so he's just like constantly shutting her down. He's like, listen, you try to seduce me one more time, I'm kicking you back out on the street. Like, no, this ain't happening. And like, it's like slowly kind of building up why she ran away. But there's a lot of anime does, like, a lot of anime does this, but particularly this one, I feel like, I think like episode 2 or 3, he gets her a cell phone because he's like, I'm a salary man. I keep strange hours because I work to kill myself, basically. So he's like, I need to text you in case I'm not coming home or whatever. So he gets him her phone, and they keep showing text messages, but they don't translate it. And it'll sit there for like 5 or 10 seconds and like have the music, and you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be feeling. I can't read this. And sometimes, like, there are a couple instances where one of them will be like, oh, this is what the text message says, because like, it's not translated, it's the character saying the text out loud. You're like, I really don't want you to do this full series, but I really need to know what the fuck this says. He tries to hide it from people at work very reasonably, because that's mad sus, dude. Why are you living with a high schooler?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of building up to the point the chick that rejected him, he's like, hey, we're going back to my house. So he can meet like the weird pseudo daughter thing situation. But yeah, it's actually, as much as this should not be a fairly good show, it's actually pretty good. And that's all I watched. That's all. Bunch of YouTube, but we had like things at work this week, so I didn't actually get to do a bunch of shit at work, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what I watched. Any other things y'all want to mention or talk about?
The that prequel for Witchy Mercury is coming out, I think, in a week.
Oh shit, yeah, it's supposed to come. The new Gundam show. There's a prequel OVA thing that's supposed to be coming out on
September 1st.
Yeah, on Gundam Info on the YouTube channel. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's gonna be sick. I'm so excited for that. Gonna get new Gundam in October? Fuck yeah, dude. It has been like 6 years. It's time for new Gundam. Hell yeah.
It's time for Gundam.
Was Iron Blooded Orphans the last one?
Yep.
That they've made?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was 2017. It's been way too far. It's 2016 or 2017. I can't remember.
The first year we went to A&T, I remember we went to like one of the rooms they had.
Yeah, and they were
was
showing it.
playing. Yeah. It was still just subbed at that point.
Yeah. I'm really hoping, I know they won't, but some of their bigger budget stuff, like with OVAs and stuff, Bandai will simultaneously release the Japanese and English dubs. I doubt we get this here, and that's going to bum me out, but I don't give a fuck. I will watch that shit subbed. I need more Gundam. Like, it's been so long. As much as there's other good mecha, it just doesn't hit the same for me.
Need that Gundam.
I do. If I don't have Gundam, I don't have shit to talk about on the
job.
Gunpla Network.
Yeah.
I did make a bunch of shit for the Gunpla Network this week, too.
Hell yeah. Hello, Roscoe.
I made a shitty little YouTube short about Megalobox, and yeah, Megalobox really good, by the way. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's the week. So
Yeah.
time to stop.
Fuck Vic Mignogna.